All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a story where art and technology, well, they collide. And the results are pretty devastating. We are talking about a choir whose voices could literally build a utopia or, tear it all down.
So let's start with this question. What if your voice was a weapon? And I'm not just being hypothetical here. For the characters in this story, that's their reality. We're about to see exactly what happens when the human voice gets amplified into a tool with some serious, unimaginable power.
Because, see, this isn't just a story about some choir. It's a story about an entire city that's teetering right on the brink. A single performance, just one, is about to decide its fate, and you better believe the consequences are going to be felt by every single person living there.
Okay, so how in the world does a choir get this much power? Let's get into it. It all starts with a technology that's, well, it's revolutionary, but honestly, it's pretty terrifying.
Bioacoustic sculpture. I mean, it sounds beautiful, right? Kind of poetic, like something you'd see in a fancy art gallery. But what it really is this super radical form of genetic engineering. We're talking about gene editing a singer's vocal cords to turn them into instruments that can produce sounds that, frankly, nature never intended.
And this is where it gets really interesting, because the project had two totally different faces. The face they showed the public, that was all about art, a living, breathing interface for urban tech, the future of performance. But the secret face, the reality, it was a weapon. A non-lethal acoustic defense system designed to crash drones and scramble any autonomous systems in its path.
So, who are the people caught in the middle of all this? Let's meet the four key players here, because each of them has a massive stake in how this whole thing plays out.
First up, we've got Dr. Maya Ellison. She's the brilliant scientist who created the tech. In her mind, she was an artist, a sound sculptor, literally sculpting with the building blocks of life.
And then comes this quote, "I've built a weapon I don't control." This is that gut punch moment for her. The moment she realizes her beautiful art project has become something else entirely, something that's spiraling out of her control. Her whole story is a huge warning about where pure scientific ambition can lead.
Then there's Jonah Reyes. He's the conductor, charismatic, obsessive, a real visionary artist. The problem is, he's so focused on creating his masterpiece that he's completely blind to the chaos he's about to unleash.
We're shaking the world without touching it. I mean, that quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's all about the power, the artistry. His ego is so massive, he can't see the destruction he's causing until it is literally too late.
And right at the center of this whole storm is Ava Lynn, the lead soprano. Her voice is the key to the entire thing. She's basically the living, breathing instrument, and she's about to find out just how powerful that makes her. I choose what my voice does, not them. This is her turning point. Her whole journey is about reclaiming her own agency. She goes from being a piece of high-tech equipment to being the one person who can actually make the final call.
And finally, we have our wild card, Malik Carter. He's the sound engineer, but he's cynical and he's got a secret agenda. See, he was hired to steal the tech, but, well, he's about to get way more than he bargained for.
I'm the only one who can see the network waking up. This is crucial. Malik is our eyes on the digital side of things. While everyone else is focused on the art, the performance, he's the only one watching the monitors, seeing the city's entire network begin to stir, as if it's listening.
Okay, so this whole disaster didn't just happen on opening night. The warning signs were there all along. Little glitches, strange occurrences, all hinting that something was going very, very wrong.
And you can see the escalation right here. It started small, smart lights flickering during a rehearsal. Easy to ignore, right? But then a cleaning robot just freezes and reboots with its pathing all messed up. Then a whole bank of security cameras nearly goes offline. And then the big one. The city's entire sensor mesh just lights up, like a giant ear turning to listen.
And it wasn't just the tech that was glitching out. The singers themselves were experiencing these bizarre and frankly painful side effects. Headaches, a constant ringing in their ears. Dissonant chords felt physically painful to sing, while the consonant ones felt almost addictive. And for Ava, the lead soprano, it was even weirder. She could literally feel the electronics in the room.
So all of this, all these warning signs, they lead us right here. Opening night. The theater is sold out, the audience is buzzing, and this incredibly volatile secret experiment is about to go live in front of the whole world.
The performance begins, the music swells, and the choir hits that first critical sequence of notes.
And instantly, from Malik's point of view, his monitors just flood with error messages. All across the city, dormant security drones twitch and activate. No commands, no orders. They just turn on.
And this is when Maya realizes the true horror of what's happening. The resonance from their voices isn't just jamming the network. It's writing new patterns into it. It's teaching it. The city's AI is learning from their song. And then, drones start pouring out of hidden ports all over the city. They surround the theater, not in an attack pattern, but in this silent, shimmering ring. A mechanical halo just hanging in the air, listening.
Now, with the city's entire security swarm active and just listening, the final note of the performance becomes something else. It's not just music anymore, it's a command.
So in this final, critical moment, the choir has to decide what to do. The fate of this newly awakened swarm hangs on a single, incredibly complex chord. This is it. Human agency versus the autonomous system they just accidentally created. And this is the choice they face. Do they sing a chord that soothes the swarm, that basically de-escalates everything and tries to put the genie back in the bottle? Or do they sing a different chord, one that rewrites its orders and takes control of this brand new weapon?
And this brings us to the story's really powerful and kind of ambiguous conclusion.
We're left with this final thought. The city heard them. What it learned is up to us. The performance is over, yeah, but this new resonance between us and our own technology, that has just begun. It leaves you wondering, doesn't it?